This is Breaking Down the Barriers, and we are your hosts, Beverly Reeves and Terry Russell. Thank you for joining us. Today's guests are Gerald McCullough, the Program Director for the Austin Community College Men of Color program, and later we'll be joined by two former AISD students who participate in his program. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Gerald, tell us, what is the focus of Austin Community College?
Well, it has the focus in the name community. Continue to build partnerships and develop partnerships within the community while also educating members of the community. You can earn your associate's degree, you can earn a certificate, or you can even earn your GED here at Austin Community College.
So the program that you're working with the Men of Color, tell us what that entails.
Well, the Men of Color program is a program that focuses on Latino, African American, and Asian American male students that attend ACC. What we're trying to do is be a resource for those students and help them be successful while they're at Austin Community College. And for each student, success looks something totally different. So whatever they feel they need or lack support in is what we try to provide to those students.
And so explain in detail, in more detail, the mission of the program.
Well, the mission is to improve the transfer, retention, and graduation rates of minority male students who attend Austin Community College. So each student that benefits from our program has resources available within Austin Community College, but also within the program. We have tutoring, we have mentoring, we have community outreach. We take university tours throughout the state of Texas so they can get exposure to the different institutions to transfer to. We help them with their financial aid process and also financial literacy. And we're just a resource in whatever avenue they feel like they need support in.
So how do students learn about the program?
Well, through our community outreach, we work with the local school district, Austin Independent School District, Round Rock, and all the surrounding areas. We also do recruitment internally. We have students already embedded into ACC's environment, their culture. So what we try to do is reach out to those students as well, let them know that we're a resource available to the students along with the other resources available at ACC.
And so this program is specific to ACC students only?
Yes. We want you to be a student here at Austin Community College, but we do reach out to students who aren't ACC students. Sometimes we have students in the community that hadn't have any college experience, or maybe they're transferring in from a different institution, but we still would like to work with as many students as possible. But our primary focus are the students that we currently have at ACC.
And so we have spoken with Ms. Sheila Henry, the principal of LBJ Early College High School. I understand we have a lot of students who graduated with their associate's degree.
Correct.
And so would those students in the program actually be eligible to participate in the Men of Color program?
Yes, they would be if they're continuing their education at ACC. I know they earned their associate's degree, but sometimes you may take additional courses in order to kind of cut the expense of going to a four-year institution, or you may have your associates, but you want to go in a different direction career-wise. So those students are eligible to participate.
And so it looks like that the resources that are provided to the men of color who participate in this program really support all aspects of college life, getting academic support, social support, exposing the students to colleges and universities to which they may want to transfer later. What other opportunities are out there for the students who participate in this program?
Well, we also do career exploration. We have a lot of students that need help in finding or securing a job. Maybe they're transitioning from maybe correctional background, things of that nature, or maybe they just don't know how to write a resume. So we help them with those avenues as well, trying to help them find the career and the path that best suits them.
So what about this program in particular makes it so special?
It doesn't look the same for any student, and that's one of the biggest things that I pitch to students. If you come to me and say, hey, I need mentoring, we're going to mentor you. If you say, hey, I need academic support, we're going to academically advise you. We're going to set you up with the resources you need, the tutoring, counseling, whatever you need academically to be successful. If you say, hey, I just want to ride with you guys when you go to the different universities, I've never left the city of Austin, I want to see what else is out there. So each student has a different story they can share about what the program has done for them or what benefits they access.
And it sounds like a great program, but for those naysayers out there, can't students get those services through the regular ACC academic counseling and those types of programs?
They can. Just like any institution, you know, you're going to have support kind of embedded within the institution, but sometimes there are some students that need additional support. Just like if you had a student that had trouble reading in the elementary or middle school level, yes, they could kind of, you know, read through the lesson plan, but if you had time to sit with that student and kind of give them additional support, they're more likely to be successful. This is a voluntary program. We're not forcing it on anyone. And if you feel like, you know, I can access the resources naturally embedded with ACC, but I would like to also kind of on a smaller scale receive mentoring or tutoring outreach and things of that nature, then you can reach out to us.
Okay, so it sounds like it's more one-on-one, tailored to the
Right.
specific student who comes in, and you may not be able to get that at a school-wide.
Correct.
In a school-wide.
But that's one of the
campaign.
benefits, the one-on-one component of it. You know, typically when you're sitting with an advisor, they may have another student in queue ready to come into their office. That's not the case when you come see us. I can spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours helping you plan your career and your academic journey while you're at ACC. And that's one of the luxuries you have as being a part of the program.
So how many people are on staff in this program?
On staff, we have 2 full-time employees and about 5 part-time employees.
Okay.
So we're small, but that's also a good thing because we can provide that support you need on a one-on-one level.
And do you find that students come back, students who've gone through the program come back and continue to work with the program?
Yes. Recently we had a young man, Darius Smith, who graduated with his associate's degree, and now he's one of our tutors and for the students in the program. And he's also attending Texas State University. So when we take tours to Texas State, he is one of the students that kind of walks the students around and say, hey, this is what Texas State has to offer. You can do it. I'm an ACC student, also a Men of Color student as well. And I can do it. I know you can do it as well.
Are all of the volunteers or part-time or full-time people who work with the program men, or are there any women who work within the
We
program?
do have women. We have some of the tutors are women and also some of the recruiters. We have recruiters that go out and talk to the students as well. And we have a lot of success with the female recruiters. They help bring a lot of students on board to the program.
So about how many people do you have in the program itself, would you say?
Roughly about 300 students are being served in the program. We reach all 11 campuses. We have different activities where we get them all engaged. Like I said, each student benefits from something totally different. Weekly, we have mentoring meetings at the different campuses where we invite the community to come out and kind of sit in a roundtable group discussion with the students, and students ask questions about, you know, how can I acquire an internship, or, you know, what are some scholarship opportunities? And this is a good time for the community to say, I have an internship at the company I represent, or we have a scholarship program that you can apply for.
Do you have any young women that visit you?
Of course, we
in
have.
your office?
We have quite a few young women that come in and benefit from the program as well. We do not discriminate because you're not a man of color. We work with any students. We do have a lot of Caucasian students. We have a lot of female students, non-traditional students, and we have traditional students. So it's a wide range of students we support.
So do I see a Women of Color program on the horizon?
That will be something that will be a conversation in a different department. There's definitely a need just for support for any student. And we've had those initial conversations. It would just take someone willing to take some time out of their schedule and kind of get established.
So do you see, as a man of color yourself, some different challenges that you may have faced as a college student that some other students might not face, which really brings about the purpose of this program?
Yes, I have, you know, as a minority male, you do have certain internal and external pressures that are associated with you, or even stereotypes that are associated with you. That's why I think this program is such a wonderful thing. A few years back, when the Bastrop wildfires happened, we went out and helped clean up the debris, and we're scheduled to go out to San Marcos to do the same thing. So you can see students, especially men, and especially minority men, out in the community doing positive things, especially with what's going on nationwide. So it's good to see that, and I always tell the students they're a walking billboard for whatever, success, positive things, negative things, you're a walking billboard. So the students in our program understand that and take that responsibility seriously.
And would you have any statistics or anything anecdotal that would say whether or not students who participate in this program actually perform better while they're at the school, college?
Currently, 71% of the students who benefit from our program are successful, meaning they register for classes each semester. They don't take a break. You know, given their life circumstances in place, but typically the last number we ran was 71% of the students in our program persist from semester to semester. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you were speaking to some students from AISD, if you were visiting a campus, how would you encourage them to participate in your program?
Well, firstly, I would just pitch Austin Community College as a wonderful resource, and then let them know there are additional supports within Austin Community College, such as a program as the Men of Color program that focuses on, you know, and helping minority male students become successful while they're ACC and also out in the community. When you go out to the schools, you know, you don't want to promote a program and make it feel like it's just excluding and only is a, you know, members only type situation. You just want to let them know that there are several programs at Austin Community College that benefit certain populations: students with disabilities, women of influence, men of color, student life, student government. So there are special interest groups for everybody. Everyone is served.
So if you were going to just give an overall synopsis of the program to someone who had never heard of it, what would you tell us?
I would say the program is designed to see success at the level of students who attend ACC, and particularly minority male students. Data shows that Latino and African American male students, you know, they have low persistent rates, they don't graduate, and they don't transfer. So there has to be some type of intervention in place to support these students, and a program like ours is intended to do that, coupled with the resources that are already available. But what we're trying to do is reach as many students as we possibly can. And yes, 300 is a small number, but that's 300 students that have an additional support system in place.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us today and telling us about the Men of Color program that's offered at ACC. When we come back, we will speak with two former AISD students who are participants in the Men of Color program, Robert Downs Jr. and Alberto Daniel Garcia. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We continue our conversation today about ACC's Men of Color program, and joining us now are two former AISD students who participate in the program, and we're going to let them introduce themselves to us today.
Good morning, my name is Robert Downs Jr., and I am a current student right now at Austin Community College, and I am also a mentor / tutor for the Men of Color program.
My name is Alberto Garcia. I was a recruiter for the Men of Color program, but now I am a youth leader at the Youth Leadership program at ACC.
But we appreciate you both coming on to talk to us about the Men of Color program. We just had Mr. McCullough on, Jarrell, and he was speaking very highly of the program. And so we would like to know from you both how that program looks through the lens of a student.
through the lens of a student, in my opinion, it's a tremendous resource. I can go back to the time when, I want to say this was my first semester, actually my second semester, and I was struggling in a developmental math class. And I'll never forget, I don't know her last name, a young sister named Aiden. And I had 2 sessions with her, and I was pretty much borderline in the class. I was struggling, almost failing. Had 2 sessions with her, ended up passing the class. So.
Is she one of the recruiters?
She was one of the tutors.
One of the tutors.
Yeah, she was
in the
one
program.
of the tutors with the program, and she really pushed me forward to do my best. I mean, I was ready to quit. I wanted to get out of there. I mean, I get mathematical PTSD. I'm not a math fan at all. So
I like that.
she really helped me out and she made my tension, she eased my tension up and says, hey, this is something that you have to do in order to make it to the next level. So she really helped propel me through that. So that's one of my best memories of the program. But like I said, it's a tremendous resource for any student. And I would definitely advise anyone, any man of color, any female, to join the program, register. It's tremendous.
Awesome. Alberto, how about you?
Oh, it's just tough. Before I joined the program, I had a lot of dirt on my glasses. But after I got in the program, it helped me clean it and see where I needed to go and how to do it and really find myself in a sense. And I had a lot of questions that I personally asked myself, and I didn't know where to start. But getting to a place where education is valued through a person who has colored skin, it's like it's a whole new perspective of life in general. And just seeing that, especially with Jarrell, he's helped me a lot. I thank this man for a lot, because he's really helped me. Like, it's good. Like it's really, it's emotional for me, because it's just it's like I'd see myself where I was at, and then I see myself now, and it's like I'm completely a new person, and it's definitely through the program. It's definitely helped me get where I need to be at. And like Robert said, I get people in all the time. Like, I used to be a recruiter, so like I know the program from. I don't know the program entirely, like everything, but I pretty much know the program, so I know what to tell the students and how to get them to the program. And all the students who join, they love it, and it's fun. It's really fun.
So what would you tell those students? How would you encourage them? And do you go out and look for students that are struggling, that need assistance? Do you recruit them in some special way?
I'm trying to get on the page of one of our current tutors right now, Miss Daniela Gutierrez. I mean, she's active. She gets out there, she grabs those forms, those prospect student forms, and she gets out there, student asking questions, and hey, you know about our program, our program. So yeah, we definitely get out there and let students know that this is a program that can benefit them through their academic struggle at ACC.
That's absolutely wonderful. Mr. McCullough speaks so highly of the program. Tell me, how in-depth is his interaction with the students in the program? Because he says there are like 300.
It's not with Jarrell. He makes the students feel welcome. He makes them feel like their time is valued. He makes them feel valued. It's not a bureaucratic process with him. It's not a line and you're out. He'll spend 30 minutes up to an hour with these students working on different things. And I recall many a times where I was in Jarrell's office talking about different things that didn't necessarily pertain to academics, personal things. So Jarrell is a great, tremendous guy at the top of the program. And really, if it wasn't for him, I don't know what the program would be or how successful it would be. But he's very, very successful at what he does, and I think he's very impactful on the students.
The first time I talked to Jarrell, it was I didn't really know what to expect, but it's like, cause I called him and I left a message, and then he called me back, and I left him probably about 2 or 3 minute message, and it was just telling him, just like kind of just like ventilating to him in a sense, without me even knowing who he was in the first place. But he called me back, and he's just like, he told me what I wanted to hear, and I was just like, oh, dang. So then I went up to ACC, and I met him. We talked, just the whole time, it was just like calm and just like relaxed, like this person like wants to help. And
That cool demeanor, huh?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. And you like
definitely.
and you see that, and it's really, really cool. And that's what really brings a lot of students back. And he's like, he loves what he does, so you can't take that away from him. And he loves the students, and I see that, and it's a good thing to have. Definitely a good thing to have.
It sounds like it's even more than a program. It's more like a family, because you talk about giving direction, and you talk about helping you. I love the mathematical PTSD because I too suffer from that.
As well as
But
Right, I'm
when
not
you
alone.
get to a point where you just want to give up, it's good to have someone or a group help to say it's going to be okay and help you find that direction and give you the opportunity and the tools to be able to help yourself, to bring yourself up and not quit.
Yeah. You said something important. It's almost like a family feel. A lot of the students, I'm not going to say they have a hard time making friends. You know, students, they can make friends, you know,
Right.
but often that tutoring office is like a safe place for a lot of those students. They come in and they're able to discuss certain things that maybe they can't talk with their instructors about.
Right.
They can't talk with their family members about. They can't talk with the other students about. So they come there and they're able to really express themselves in a place where it's a no judgment zone. So I think that's a very important element.
And adding to that, it's like when we're in the tutoring office, it's like we start talking. It's like 2, 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, 6 of us, 7 of us. It's just like we just gather people and we just start conversating about things that actually matter. And it's like empowering people who are minority. And it's amazing because we're coming together and really understanding that we're in the same struggle.
Right.
Definitely.
So you both started out as participants in the program,
Yes.
and now you all are actually working with the program to help recruit other students, tutoring, mentoring, and you say you're a youth leader now at ACC?
Yes.
So they have just basically grabbed you all and held you captive,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
and,
By choice.
and you
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
very happy.
My
Yeah,
choice.
yeah,
Oh, I
definitely.
mean, I wouldn't change this experience for anything. I mean, because you can give somebody $1 million. Okay, that's okay. You have your $1 million, you enjoy your money. When somebody comes up to you and says, you actually changed my course of thinking, you actually changed the events that are gonna happen in my life because of the passion that you showed, because of the care you showed, nothing can beat that. Nothing.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
So do you all have a plan on how you reach out to the students that you're going to meet as freshmen?
That's actually something we're gonna have to establish, is, you know, with freshmen who are coming out of AISD. Right now, I'm currently also with community outreach through Austin Community College, and we work in the AISD College and Career Centers. I'm stationed at Reagan. So a lot of the students that I work with at Reagan, I actually meet again at AISD, but we want to spread that all around AISD, not just Reagan.
So you work with the early college high school students as
yes,
well.
Yes,
So you are actually helping to continue to push that movement.
yes.
And we know that so many students are getting ready to graduate now from the early college high school program, and so we have you to thank for that.
I play my part. You know, I try.
I think that's a wonderful thing.
Definitely.
So what do you do with the youth leadership program?
Well, actually, what the Men of Color program, I was actually mentoring middle school kids at Keeling, 6th graders. But with the youth program, we have programs in the summer where we have we have students from AISD, elementary, middle school, and high school. At Riverside, we're having middle school and high school kids, and at Eastview, we're having elementary kids. But it's basically for the younger kids, we kind of get them used to being in a college environment. So we run through different projects. Every project has a topic, so it's definitely we push information to them that can actually provide them with being a leader and actually giving them the just kind of the guidance they need. Either if it's like if they're entering middle school, they already have the middle school kids there to talk to them, or they're entering high school, which have the high school kids to talk to the middle school students. So it's like it's definitely a good way to get the students accustomed to where they're going or where they need to get to. And we just but like I said, we run through a lot of things with students. We have speakers come and talk to students as well, and like I said, just give them advice, just let them know that we're here at ACC, because I mean, some of these students are getting ready to graduate next year, and they're gonna come right to the program with Men of Color. So it's like we're building that relationship already. So it's definitely a beautiful thing to see. So.
How do you all encourage students to participate in these type of things and show them the impact of them being involved?
It's just I can approach a student, and a lot of us simply, because I was in that boat, I was one of the students who didn't want to ask for help. A lot of students don't want to ask for help because it shows vulnerability. So I basically let them know that, hey, there's no such thing as a dumb question. All questions have an answer. If that question has an answer, it's not dumb. So this is a place where you can come and ask questions. This is a place where you can get help. This is a place where you can learn about financial aid, about the process. This is where you can learn to register for your class. You can get advising. So why not be here? It's free. Your tuition covers it. So come on aboard.
So everything is encompassed in what ACC has to offer with all of the programming, and the Men of Color seems to be one that is really helping to propel our youth to be better in their future, or really have some type of idea or guidance on where to go.
I definitely believe so.
Definitely.
I can see it. I see a lot of students come in there and they're on a developmental level and they get frustrated and like, hey, I don't, but I'll see them next semester, and guess what? With the guidance of the program, they made it through somehow. So, proof is in the pudding. So I definitely would say I can see the changes that the program has brought.
And so is that what your message here is? Push through?
Push through. Definitely push through. Push through. You gotta keep on trucking. You gotta keep on. You gotta keep going.
There you go. I think that is just a wonderful message that we need to send our kids. And how much community support do you have for this program?
We have within ACC, I know we have Oak Springs Elementary. We have a partnership with them. Also with Reagan, in different parts of AISD, and within Austin Community College, community outreach works with Men of Color. So we have a lot of support. Support's all around. So
we greatly appreciate you taking time out, both of you, to come and help promote what sounds like a very, very positive endeavor that ACC is contributing to the community, and to hear all of the good work that you're doing with AISD. We appreciate that.
And one more thing, it's like the thing about the Men of Color program as well is like we work with other Men of Color programs at different universities as well. Okay. So it's like we already established that connection once you leave ACC. So
you can connect with another one. Good.
It's a pathway that you all utilize to help them continue on their degree programs.
Yeah.
So they can earn their associates at ACC and then move on.
Yes.
Do you all help them once they move on? Do you continue to work with them if they need it?
We try to. Most of the time, we try to connect with like social media. We connect with them, and they connect with us. So it's like they're able to get information that things, events that we're hosting, or gatherings that are taking place. So they definitely come back and help. So it's good. It's just like they see that they got help and they want to return the favor. So. Right. It's definitely, like I said, it's a blessing to see that, because in a time like this, a lot of people don't have another person's back. They trying to backstab them as opposed to helping them out. We're all in the same situation. So,
okay.
And that's the thing, once that's the attitude, that a lot of us have is we'll get there and we won't drop the ladder. It's like, hey, you make it, I got here, so you make it on your own. So a lot of us, I think we actually breed that attitude within the program of dropping the ladder, because we all got here on somebody's shoulders.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you are both here with us today, and we want to thank you for joining us. on breaking down the barriers. This has been Ms. Terry Russell and Ms. Beverly Reeves.